Hey, it's Phil Bruce here, and in today's video, the topic that we're going to cover is don't get too high and don't get too low. So what do we mean by this? Well, when we achieve things, when things happen to us, when things happen against us, when things happen in life, it's how we deal with it, it's the emotions, it's how we feel from the whole thing that's gone on. And by going too high, we're celebrating it too much. We think that we've managed to achieve a massive thing and we don't need to work hard again. But if you feel too low, it can be where you feel down, you feel really kind of anxious, you feel like your confidence is knocked. In some kind of severe cases, you can go into depression, you can get yourself depressed about things like that. So it's about being able to not be on either side of the spectrum, either high or either low. It's about being able to deal with it and being able to get a nice median and a nice balance of your emotions. So why is this important? Again, it's one of those things where if something has happened to us and we can regulate our emotions, we can have an understanding of it, we can control how we feel. It allows us to enjoy the moment when things have gone well for us. It allows us to have that little celebration, that kind of feel-good factor on being able to achieve what's just happened or celebrate the good thing that's happened, whilst also being able to keep control of the emotions and realise that that is the moment, that is the thing that we're enjoying, that we're celebrating, and then it's about going on to the next thing. It's about working hard, it's about keeping the work going, keep consistent and keep the effort going to keep on trying to achieve more and more things, to keep on pushing, to keep on along with our personal journey, our mission, our aim, and the other things that we want to do in our lives. So that's why I say one of the reasons why it is important to keep that going and to keep that emotion of it. And it's also then thinking, well, if I'm going too high, it could have a detrimental effect. So, for example, if I've managed to, I don't know, let's put in a sports background, we've managed to win a cup final, so we've won a cup, we've won a trophy. What tends to happen is, and you see this quite across the board, is people will go out drinking heavily, they'll eat junk food, they'll celebrate that way. Could be other things that they do as well. And yes, it might feel good in the moment, it might be enjoyable in the moment, but it could actually derail us. It could actually have some negative effects by doing those things, by over drinking, by over consuming bad foods, by doing other stuff as well. There could be the bad effects from that, so how we feel the next day, or if something happens that we shouldn't have done, or something happens that you didn't want to do, and it could have effects down the line with that. Complacency could also come in as well. So we think because we've achieved it, because we've done it, we've managed to achieve it, we don't have to work hard again. We don't have to keep putting in the work. So you end up taking your foot off the gas and you end up not doing the fundamental things that you were doing in order to achieve what's happened in the first place. It's also, as I say, it can be a distraction. You can end up getting into that bad kind of habit by doing it, by thinking every time I've achieved something, however little or small, I will celebrate it so heavily because I've kind of got addicted to that feeling of the heavy celebration, and I feel like that's what I want to do, without realising the byproduct of the negative aspects of that. Again, if you're not being in control of what you're doing, you can get yourself into trouble. It's just not worth that hassle at all. It's also then looking at how too low can negatively affect us. So again, we've talked briefly about how it can affect our self-confidence, our self-esteem. It could, in really severe cases, kind of make us feel depressed or lead to a depression or lead to anxiety and that kind of thing, which then any of those factors then make it feel harder for us to put in the work again. It makes us feel like we can't do it. It makes us feel like there's no point, like we're going to give up, like we're not going to try. And then your results just go down from there, and you don't manage to do anything, or you just kind of cruising it and you're not pushing yourself through where you could be or what you want to achieve and the person that you could be through putting in that work. So it's really important to get that balance and that right emotion. Again, for a number of reasons, really. As I say, we've talked about the fact that you've achieved something and you want to be able to then push on to the next thing, and you want to be able to keep on going using the habits that you've built, using the kind of things that you built in order to get the achievement that you have, and to be able to celebrate that. Whilst also we need to be able to keep ourselves pushing, we need to keep ourselves going, we need to think about celebrating. You know, it is good to celebrate things. I think we do need to celebrate things. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination now that we get into that thing where we can't celebrate, and if something happens, we just have to straight away focus on the next thing and not celebrate that. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is it's about doing things in a controlled manner, and in a manner that's going to help to keep on building us forward, to keep on pushing us forward. And on the flip side of all that, by being able to control your emotions, being able to kind of keep it as neutral as you can when things have gone bad, it helps you to put it in perspective as well, that if something hasn't quite gone right that day or that moment or that week or whatever it is, it's not the end of the world. It could actually serve as to be a learning curve. It could actually serve as better for the future. You take, what have I learned from that? What can I take out from that? Is there something that I need to do to make things happen next time? Or could it be a case if you realise that that isn't for you? You know, you might have been trying to go down a career path or a line of work. You've done it, and then you just realise that it's not for you and you're better trying something else. Or it could be, I don't know, you've gone into an investment and the investment's not worked for you, and you can see that it's not a worthwhile investment for you. It's a case of not being too emotional about it and not letting it get you down too much, to think, actually, I've tried that, I've learned from it, and I'm able to move on, and I'm able to push myself to that next level. I'm able to take my learnings from this and to strive for bigger and better things. And that's why I just wanted, as I say, to talk about not getting too high, not getting too low, being able to control it, and being able to see the bigger picture, whilst also being able to celebrate your wins, your joys, your successes, and the things that have happened, because that is important as well. We've just got to make sure, as I say, when things do go well, and we don't go too hard in the sense of not letting it change our personality. What you can often see is when people have achieved things and they get a bit of a status from it or recognition, it could end up changing their character, their personality for the worse. They end up getting big-headed. They end up getting a bit egotistical about things. They could end up just being a different person, which life has this way of coming to bite you in the backside or at the backside. And it tends to be a case that it will kind of straighten you out when that happens. There will be things, and if you burn your bridges too much or too soon, or you annoy people too much, it can come to bite you back. So it's about being able to be steady, being able to be you, be able to be yourself, and be able to not allow the emotion of it and the feeling of it change you for the worse. And it's not allowing, when things go wrong or things go badly for you or things don't happen for you, to let it allow you to knock you off track and to allow you to give up or not put the effort in or not think that it's going to work. It's about taking that mental strength. It's about being able, as I said before, to learn from it and to develop and think, what can I do to improve? How can we go next time in order to make that success happen? So that's the topic that I wanted to talk about today. Really, as I say, trying to have that in mind. It is hard. There are times where your emotions will, go up and down. So don't beat yourself up about that when it does happen. It's about understanding the importance of being able to control those emotions as much as you can and the reasons for why, and being able to stay on track with what you're doing and keep a control and keep a focus on it. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you found that useful and beneficial. Thank you so much to those that watched, that comment, subscribe, that share. It is honestly really appreciated. And if there's anything you want me to talk about on future videos, please let me know and I will do what I can to help. So until the next video, take care, sending all my love, and bye for now.